So look, me and my homies. You ready? I forgot my glasses. The nights had grown long, whether cloudy or clear. It doesn't matter much when you're living in fear. No matter how the day started, it ended the same. The giant called Goliath came out and slandered God's name. Goliath was scary. He was big, he was mean. He ran with scissors and didn't keep his room clean. He talked with his mouth full and cut in line at the store. He always ate the last donut and then wanted more. So when he walked on the field, this giant of a man, in their own strength, all the Israelites ran. No man could defeat him. He was just way too strong. Everyone who thought different was always proved wrong. So the Israelites were scared. They just couldn't cope. They were watching the hills because they were looking for hope. Goliath taunted the Israelites from morning to night while they hid in their tents. They were too scared to fight. Jesse told his son David to go check on his brothers. They'd been gone too long and it worried their mother. So David packed up a slingshot, some Twinkies and ramen to take some food to his brothers and hopefully calm them. But when he got to the battle, he was really disturbed. And after listening to Goliath, he got really perturbed. Then David calmed down and got really cool. He said to his brothers, "Why isn't somebody killing this fool? He's talking smack to the children of light. And I'm telling you, brothers, that it ain't right." His brothers got angry and said, "David, get lost. We can't fight a giant. You ain't counting the cost." David said, "We're God's chosen people. Why should we be scared? If we're leaning on him, we're fully prepared." His brother said, "What, with a sling and a stone? You're out of your mind. David, go home." David said, "With my sling, I've killed a bear and a lion, so take that." And no one could prove nothing about Mrs. Jones' old cat. God will fight for us. God will fight for us. If on him we're reliant, I'll go out and I'll kill him. I ain't scared of no giant. When Saul heard about David, he called for the boy to see his uncanny bravery and his slingshot toy. David came in and said, "Saul, I don't mean to be defiant, but I'm getting ready to go out and cap me a giant. I needs to get ready. I can't stand here talking. So tell me what's up, because I need to be walking." Saul said, "David, your passion and zeal move me. I've never met anybody so hip and so groovy. But my boy, David, you ain't using your head. Here, wear my armor or you're certainly dead." David said, "King Saul, I don't need your protection, and I have to decline over top your objection. My battle with Goliath is not one of my power, and God will deliver me throughout this hour." When David walked onto the field, Goliath laughed at the lad. He was also insulted and he got really mad. "Does the boy juggle? Does he do tricks? That he comes out to fight me with stones and some sticks? I don't know what you're doing, but it's awfully rude. If you come at me like that, you're going to be buzzard food." David said, "Goliath, I'm not alone. I know I can't kill you with a sling and a stone. When you look at me, you think I'm slipshod, but you don't need to fear me. You need to fear God. We owe God a debt of worship for his love for us. Instead of worship, you blaspheme and cuss. You defy God's people. On the weak ones you pounce, but in just a minute, your check's going to bounce. To tell you the truth, it hardly seems fair. I'm going to slay you and feed you to the birds of the air." Goliath charged at David with all the strength he could muster. But if it was the little bighorn, he was General Custer. David charged Goliath with the Lord not alone. As the two warriors ran, he threw up a stone. The stone struck Goliath in the center of his head, and he fell down, you guessed it, stone cold dead. Then David decapitated his fallen foe to ensure his demise had really been so. The people hailed David as the champion that day, but sometimes we forget why the battle went that way. There are many places we must go to follow God's command, and often we will find there are giants in the land. Some giants are defeated by the grace of God's Son, but in the presence of others, you're better to run. David killed Goliath, the giant from Gath, but he was defeated by Bathsheba when she was taking a bath. You see, one giant was a powerful foe that got the ground shaken. The other one was one of David's own making. He defeated Goliath with the help of the Lord, but he was defeated by Bathsheba without raising a sword. It's not that hard to understand, but what we must realize is the giants that come in all shapes and sizes.